Everybody, welcome back. Today we're in for a special treat. We're going to be revisiting Hip Parader's amazing guitar magazine issues. This one is from April 2005. And again, it's in the same veins of The Kings of Metal, an in-depth profiles of metal's greatest bands. Incredible photos. So this is pretty much going to be like a pictorial of the Kings of Metal as defined by Hip Parader. Again, released in April of 2005. We're going to go and look at all the pages, see what was being advertised at the time, and see who Hip Parader selected as the Kings of Metal. Didn't say 80s metal, it just says metal, so that can incorporate 80s, 90s, whatever. So we're going to have a look and see in depth how good this issue was. All right, we're going to go page by page. Any questions, comments, or feedback, leave them below. I'm Tony. Thanks to all new subscribers. All right, let's get to it. Let's check out this issue. All right, so here we go. We got this beautiful, glorious cover right here. We got Hip Parader. We got some guy obviously banged up, bloodied right here. But look, the Kings of Metal. You got Jimmy Page right over here. You got Motley Crue over here. You got Angus Young. And then you got Ozzy Osbourne. You got Rob Halford over here. Look, you got the mighty Van Halen. See that little famous red and white striped shirt right there? There's a little Van Halen. This is from the Diver Down era album right there. So there you go. So let's go ahead and check out how good and what this issue entails. All right, so this is the Kings of Metal. So if you're a fan of 80s metal, let's check out the Kings of Metal as defined by Hip Parader. Let's check it out. All right, opening up the cover, we got right here, Lost and Found, new CD in stores April 12th, 2005. It's a Mudvayne. I think it's Mudvayne. That's a nice album cover right here, right? New CD in stores April 12th. Look at Tommy Lee. So in 2005, Tommy Lee was still playing drums. Look at that look. Look at those drums. Zildjian. That's a great photo. See right here, there'd be staples right here. You take out the staples, and then this will make a nice little poster for your wall. So there's Tommy Lee kicking it right there. Again, we got the table of contents right here, and we got Yamaha guitars, and this is AES. So there's some nice shots of the band. Endorsers right here. Look at these guitars right here with Yamaha strings. So pretty good, right? Right, we read your mail. There's Slash right there, his iconic little hat. He always looked like Juan Epstein from the Sweat Hogs. You take out the hat right here, and it's Juan Epstein. Look up Juan Epstein of the Sweat Hogs on Welcome Back, Kotter, and that's who Slash was. All right, so here's an advertisement for Tama Drums. Superstar Tama Drums. Look how he's holding the stick. He got little headphones on. So he's got two cymbals locked in between his elbow. Some people say that's poor form. That can be a cut and paste. They could have like cropped this off some other image, inserted it right here, because look, why would his elbow be between two cymbals, right? So this could be a cropped shot, and then they inserted it into this picture right here. You know, like cut and paste. So they could have done that. I'm just saying. That's what it looks like. All right, we read your mail. Again, back then you could email the editor or snail mail, right? Lick the stamp, mail the envelope, and it'll get to them and they'll answer the mail. Right? The War Within Us All, Shadows. All right, so check this out. The world leader in pickup technology, Shadows. The War Within Us All. Isn't that cool? Nice little advertisement there. All right, Metallica. Remember the Kings of Metal? Here we go. Caught in the Act, Metallica. Kings of Metal. So we're going to know who Hip Parader thinks were the Kings of Metal back in April of 2005. So here's Metallica right here. Here's Trivium. You ever heard of Trivium? Well, here's Trivium coming soon. So if you ever heard of Trivium, check them out. I never heard of Trivium, so check them out. All right, we got Vendetta Red. Shooting Star. So up and coming bands was Vendetta Red. All right, look at Greg Trebet. Look at this guitar right here. Looks like an Ibanez, I think, based on the headstock. I don't know what kind of guitar that is. That's a pretty cool looking guitar. So here's Greg Trebet. Nice advertisement for Ibanez guitars. All right, remember, we're going to get to the Kings of Metal when we see that little logo stamp next to the picture. All right, so visit oznet.com for Ozfest. So if you're into that posters and images of Ozfest, you have to go there to get it. Prince of Darkness, Diary of a Legend, Ozzy Osbourne. So if you're a huge fan of Ozzy Osbourne, this is for you. All right, what's next? Pick Hit, Dome Shots. All right, so here's about the band Dome Shots. All right, here's a little ad right here for drums. So pretty cool. All right, free guitar, go to blah 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 for your chance to win a signed Judas Priest guitar. Now, what's a Judas Priest guitar? Is that Glenn Tipton or KK Downing? What's a Judas Priest guitar? I just want to know. Is it autographed? So you'll have to go to this little website right here to find it. And this right here is 2 pages devoted to Judas Priest. Judas Priest, the Metal Gods are back. Angel Retribution, killer album, kicks ass. So Judas Priest, again, in 2005, kicking ass. Pretty good, huh? Alright, so Kings of Metal. So they were hard rock in the 70s. I don't know if you would call them metal because they weren't around in the 80s. But for the sake of this magazine, Kings of Metal, Led Zeppelin, because they were loud and heavy and they were good. So they deserve to be named. If you're going to name AC/DC, Triumph, or Kiss, you got to include Led Zeppelin, Blue Oyster Cult, and so on and so forth. So there is Led Zeppelin, right? And all the glory. Look at this. He epitomized the double neck Gibson SG. Yeah, it's a Gibson SG double neck. I love it. That was like iconic right there. And there's a cream version right there. Oh, so Robert Plant, amazing vocals, and again, they've been paid tribute with Greta Van Fleet. So when you think of Led Zeppelin, you think of Greta Van Fleet, and when you think of Greta Van Fleet, you have to think of Led Zeppelin. You just have to. So, but kudos to both bands. But the Kings of Metal was all Led Zeppelin. Again, another spread. So you got like 3 pages devoted to Led Zeppelin. Pretty good, huh? The ultimate Led Zeppelin quiz. So if you're into quizzes, these have little questions for you. If you're a huge fan of it, you know, look at these remember these signs in the album right here? See my little mouse right there? The cursor right there? The little images right there? So there it is. All right. Kings of Metal right here. Look at this. Kings of Metal. Look at this. Slayer. Look at that flying V right there. I don't know who makes that flying V. That could be a Dean, I think. I could be wrong, but there's Slayer right there. And then look at this guitar right here. This one's a BC Rich, based on the outline right here. And then Crate Amps. I never personally heard of a Crate Amp in person, but a lot of people like Crate Amp. Or, oops, I apologize. I thought it said Crate Amps. It's Create. My bad. So, my vision's not so good. So, it looks like BC Rich, musician's friend. Right? So, my bad. I thought it was advertising the Crate Amp. So, there's that. Alright, Kings of Metal. You got Judas Priest. You gotta have Judas Priest in there. In the 70s and 80s, they were all it. But here they are in 2005, kicking ass. Judas Priest with a new lineup here. Oh no, there it is. There's KK Downing and Glenn Tipton. So, I don't know I forgot who these people were. So, forgive me. Again, another 3-page, 4-page spread, just like Led Zeppelin. They're giving that same bump to Judas Priest right here. And here's a Glenn and KK speak out right there. So, great article. Alright, you can't have metal without the Kings of Metal, the mighty Van Halen. When you say Van Halen, you always have to say the mighty Van Halen. And again, made in America. And there's that little Steinbrenner, whatever you call it. That little, I never cared for that guitar. I thought it was ugly, and I hate it. I hate that little guitar. But it's an Ed thing, so. Oh, wouldn't it be cool? I'm smart. If Guitar Gardens or Firefly, yeah, they've already done their knockoff of the 5150 and the red, white, and black striped EVH guitar, well, they may as well go do a little Steinbrenner version of it too. Or here's another one for Guitar Gardens or Firefly. You do that little miniature Les Paul, like for little guitars, and they came up with their own little version of little guitars. It would sell, because those little Les Pauls are hard to come by. But picture it, if Firefly made this little Steinberger, whatever you want to call it, this little ugly mutt guitar, people would buy it with those stripes. Or if that little gold top Tobacco Burst miniature Les Paul, people would buy it too, like a limited run. So there's something to think about for Firefly guitars. So there's Van Halen. Again, 4 pages devoted to Van Halen. Here's some Q&A right there. There's the band, nice outside shot. Look at wearing nylons right here. A little costume. Shadows Fall, Slipknot, right here. Shadows Fall, Slipknot. Strapping Young Lad. Look at that one, on tour. Hey, let's go see Strapping Young Lad. There you go. So there's a nice advertisement there. Remember Kings of Metal? Yes. Kiss is for all. For all. The original lineup here is Kiss. No offense to the other drummers and guitar players. It's not the same. It's just not. I know visually it's the same. Musically, it's not the same. Kiss was Gene, Peter, Paul, and Ace. And that's just the way it is. But I love Kiss, and kudos to Kiss for bringing it every year, every decade, every tour. So there's Gene Simmons. Never gets tired. You know how many times he's vomited blood and breathed fire? Thousands of times. Look at that beautiful. He has the most beautiful, sparkling Ibanez guitars. And this is a Iceman, I think. I think it's an Iceman. Some type of Iceman. And but it's always sparkling. I love his guitars. And he's got the crackle mirror, or like diamonds encrusted or whatever. Right, we got Ace Frehley. This is during the Dynasty era right here. I can tell this is Dynasty era. Look at that beautiful Les Paul right there. Now, if you take off that white pickguard, that would be the Peter Frampton guitar. It's clearly, actually, I'll take it back. He's got white pickups in it. Never mind. That's a badass guitar right there. Black, Les Paul, white pickguard, white binding, the gold knobs, all white Seymour, all white DiMarzio Super Distortion pickup right here. And I love it. Vintage Kiss right there. Again, the Kings of Metal, we got Black Sabbath. Look at Tony Iommi. Oh, is that an SG? Or that's not an SG. I don't know what that is. Maybe it is a weird type of SG. Could be an SG. But again, one of the greatest riff writers of all time, Tony Iommi. They were heavy and dark and evil, but they were good. And that Black Sabbath, you just have to turn up loud. You got to turn up loud. Here's Ozzy Osbourne, again, another king of metal. He was Black Sabbath, then he ventured out and did his own thing. And the rest is history. Black Sabbath did their own thing with Dio. And Ozzy did his own thing with Ozzy and Randy. And they both benefited. More of the Oz. There's Ozzy Osbourne again. The Oz Wars. Here's their reunion right here. That's a reunion photo, clearly. So pretty cool. And then we have Kings of Metal right here. With that little dumb mask. I hate that mask. Here's Hip Parader. It's reversed. So this image was reversed. Sorry about that. Alright, there's the front cover again. There's an insert right there. Again, with that nose. See right here? Boom. Boom. Right, there's the cover insert reversed. There's another insert with Slipknot right there. There's the bleeding face right here. So that's where you got it from. Alright, now we're back in business. Kings of Metal, we have AC/DC. Again, it's vintage, classic SG. His little attire. Usually wears a little hat right there. But they never disappoint fans, and they put on a hell of a show. So if you just like no bombs, no fire, just hard pumping, rocking music. I love it. Alright, another 4-page insert. The original singer right there before he died. And he left the band in good hands, but it was sad. He died too young. Here's another version of a Gibson SG. This one's got that little tail right there. So, again, another version of the SG. So, he popularized the SG. And Jimmy Page popularized that SG as a double neck. So, even though Jimmy Page played the Les Paul, he had the SG double neck. And this guy right here played nothing but SGs. Alright, Kings of Metal, we have Iron Maiden. Iron Maiden and Bruce Dickinson. You had some pipes on him. And you had Adrian Smith. And I forgot who the other guy's name is. The other guitar player. It doesn't matter. Iron Maiden kicked ass. With little Eddie, remember Eddie? Iron Maiden kicked ass all through the 80s. Especially 1984, 85. They were kicking ass. Iron Maiden was. So. Here's some Steve Harris. Yeah, Steve Harris, the bass player of Iron Maiden. Again, 4 pages devoted to Iron Maiden. So, pretty good. And then we have Kings of Metal right here. We have, what's this called? Dimebag right there. Look at Dimebag. Isn't that cool? This right here, take out the staples, make a nice little poster for your wall. Right? Society 1? Or Society? I don't know what that word is. Society. There's a T. Sorry. I can't read, can I? Society 1. So there's a group band right there. Alright. Kings of Metal, Guns N' Roses. So they came late to the party, but here you got Axl and Slash. Always had those curly cues. Always wore the sunglasses when playing, and his little top hat. Look at Groucho Marx. And but there's the complete classic Axl Rose interview. So if anything you want to know about Axl, this magazine has that ultimate interview. Again, he made those little pants popular because people were wearing jeans or leather. He's wearing these biker pants and his little U.S. flag jacket and this little headband right there. So they brought metal on its knees. Look at that. Sellout crowds right here. Slash with his dangling cigarette. And his little outfits right there. Slash responds. So he's answering questions right there. Again, this magazine has like pretty much 4 pages devoted to the Kings of Metal. Then we have Nirvana. Now, obviously we're getting out of 80s metal because Nirvana was not metal. But for this magazine, they're including Nirvana as Kings of Metal, even though they were totally different genre, grunge. For the sake of this magazine, we're going to plug him in Nirvana. Alright, so there's Cobain, nice poster there. Nice band shot right there. Before his death, it's sad. Aerosmith, Kings of Metal. See, Aerosmith belongs in there, but not so much Nirvana, but let's continue. Great frontman, great singer-songwriter, big lips, and he knows how to work the microphone. He's got some pretty good moves with the microphone. Aerosmith, Steven Tyler, Joe Perry, great combo. Look at that, Joe Perry. Again, another unsung guitar hero. He was up there with Ace Frehley, Jimmy Page, Eric Clapton. He could play those licks. Joe Perry was good. Joe Perry was up there with Ace Frehley. He was up there with the guitar player for REO Speedwagon. I forgot his name already. It's sad. But yeah, those guitar players in the 70s, they were all good. They were all really good. Alright, Motley Crue. Yes, they belong in the Kings of Metal class. So, great picture of Nikki Sixx. Remember the staples are right here. Clip it off, put it on your wall. Pretty good, huh? Motley Crue, bringing it to you. Alright, nice little poster again. Remove the staples, put this on your wall. That's what people did back in the 80s. Here they are sitting down for an interview, answering the questions. Again, you can read some merchandise. 2 pages full of merchandise. Back issues at $5 each or 3 for $12. That's not bad. Back in 2005, those are pretty good prices. Or for some reason, now the magazines are like $17.95, $18.95. Forget it. So get 13 issues free. But they hook you. And they'll keep sending you issues until you cancel. And if you don't cancel, you're hooked. So I wouldn't do that. Here's some more merchandise. If you're into hoodies, jackets, t-shirts, beanies, caps, you name it, merchandise of your favorite artists, bands, this is the place to go. All right, soil work right here. Nice little advertisement. Toys in the attic. There's Elvis Presley, the King, and there's some MLB discussions right there. What else do we have? We have DVD reviews, Final Cut with Robin Williams, Stage. All right. We have Backyard Babies, Dirty Americans. There's advertisement right there. So pretty good. All right. Tech Talk with Slipknot. All right. So we got right here, Tech Talk with Slipknot. So pretty cool. Slipknot, I guess we're done with the Kings of Metal. I haven't seen any more Kings of Metal here. So here's the Slipknot. It's got some stuff for you here. Alright, I think we're all done with the Kings of Metal of this issue. So now we're getting to the advertisements. So PB's got some, the PB head right here. Little PB half stack. A PB bass. I think, yeah. And then we have Spectre bass. Mapex and Birch drums right there. Pretty cool drum set. Drum kit. Alright, Beat, instrumentally speaking, so it's all about drums. Mike Borden, drums. So this is all nice, cool ad with Mike Borden. And there is the back cover of the issue we just discussed. And look, back in 2005, available at Tower Records. So in 2005, there was still a Tower Records. And probably one of the greatest record stores ever. Most iconic name recognition and that sign with the red letters over the yellow backdrop. Tower Records. That was so much fun. You would go there with no money and just look at album covers, cassette covers, read the magazines, listen to whatever's playing in the store, and then you would leave. Or your family would go to Target or Home Depot or grocery shopping, and you say, Mom, Dad, can you drop me off at Tower Records? And you would just spend like an hour, 2, 3 hours at Tower Records, just meeting people, hanging out outside, having cigarettes, going back inside. And it was always fun. It was always fun waiting for the new release to come out, the new magazine to come out. Later on, you had like, you were able to listen to albums before buying and so forth. Tower Records was awesome. We missed Tower Records. All right. So that was the issue of the Kings of Metal released in April 2005. Let me know what you thought about their list. I didn't believe Nirvana should have been in there, but there are a lot of other bands that were left out. But maybe this was based on concert sales, perhaps. Because you had Van Halen, you had Kiss, right? You had Aerosmith, you had Dio, Black Sabbath, you had Led Zeppelin, you had Motley Crue, and yeah, those bands. And they're very popular in the 70s and 80s. But Nirvana and Guns N' Roses caught me by surprise to be in there, because, you know, if you're going to put Nirvana in there, you should have put Queen in there, right? You could have put the Scorpions in there, but, you know, it was limited. So that was the issue of the Kings of Metal as defined by Hit Parader, with all the photos back in April of 2005. If you have any questions, comments, or feedback, let me know below. And again, let me know what you thought about this issue. Do you have this issue? What do you think about the rankings or the list of the Kings of Metal? All right, thanks for joining me. I appreciate all your feedback, and stay tuned for some guitar tones, more concert reviews, band reviews, and what else? And some more revisiting old magazines of mine that we're going to dust off and digitize and share them with you. All right, thanks everybody. I'll see you folks in the next video.